And what we do is we actually help disadvantaged kids in Bangalore, basically people that have been dealt the wrong hand, and make sure that they can achieve the same kind of dreams that we hope that our children can achieve. So, just trying to tell you a little bit about it. Basically what it is that Reaching Hand is a charitable organization ushering holistic transformation in economically and socially challenged individuals, thus impacting the communities that we all live in. Our mission is to build the lives of children at risk, care for the sick and brokenhearted, serve the helpless and neglected by equipping and empowering individuals and communities. Our core values, of course, compassion, moral values, integrity, commitment to vision, servant leadership, stewardship, and training. As my sister's actually walking around giving everybody brochures, so if you haven't gotten one yet, you will in a minute. And that will give you a little bit more information on how to get involved and everything like that. So instead of me going over the same exact thing that's in the brochure, I figured I'd do a little bit different and tell you about some of the kids that we made a difference in their lives. First is Manjunath. Manjunath's father, he's an alcoholic. He beat up his wife and son whenever he flew into a rage, which was often. Eventually the wife died, and Manjunath ended up on the street with his alcoholic father. Concern for his safety and health, an acquaintance to the family brought Manjunath to new home. That's what we call our home. When he was admitted, Manjunath was a very defiant boy, given to violent tempers, and he frequently beat up the other boys. After one of these displays of his anger, one of our new home staff, distressed by his behavior, and at wit's end, simply picked up the little boy and held him close. That was the beginning of the transformation in him. Sadly, it was later discovered that he seemed to have a problem with his ability to remember details. This was determined to be residual from the constant battering he received from his father. This led to a visit to a psychologist, and he identified him to have a low IQ. Manjunath now attends a school for the differently abled and is doing extremely well. He has come a long way. He's a very loving child, well-adjusted with his peers, and is able to take care of his personal belongings. He remembers the names of all the children and hopes to become a police officer one day so that he can stop the harassment that children on the street suffer. We hope that with all that within us, that we will be able to make his dreams take wings. Next is Charan. Charan, a bright and young, intelligent boy, had been dropped by his own father at new home after his mother's death. His father remarried and immediately stopped his visits to his son. When he initially was brought to new home, Charan was a very disturbed and confused boy, speaking only his regional language. Now he's one of the most focused, well-behaved children at new home. Earlier he was shy and spoke hesitatingly, but now he speaks English fluently and greets everyone with a smile. He's doing extremely well and always secures more than 90% marks in all his subjects. In addition, he excels in extracurricular activities such as singing, dancing, acting, and mimicry. Currently, he's undergoing specialized training under a talented choreographer. His excited dialogues, pearly white teeth, and an enchanting smile leave you mesmerized. We at Reaching Hand feel proud to have him in our midst, and we are confident that he's on the road to success. Next is the very girl that we sponsored. Her name, Blessy. Life has a habit of catching you on the wrong foot at the wrong time. Being a small kid, Blessy has not been spared either. Her father died in an accident, and her mother remarried under familiar pressure. Her new stepfather refused to accept the package deal, and about a year later, Blessy's mother found herself pregnant a second time, after which her husband abandoned her, unable to take care of Blessy and the newborn baby. The young woman decided to give up one of her children for foster care, so she brought Blessy to the new home. When Blessy came to us, she was just over 2 years old, and the trauma of the rejection she had undergone was written all over her face. She was provided with tender care during her early days. Within a few months, she blended in well with the other children, and 1 year later was sent to preschool. With the care and attention she has received from the home staff, she has turned out to be very active, playful, and well-adjusted girl. Now she's 6 years old and doing very well at school, both in studies and extracurricular activities. She wants to be a teacher, and we will support her in her achieving her dream. And just look at that smile. Next one. The last person I want to tell you about is Surya. Surya joined us about 4 years back at the age of 8. His mother committed suicide because of family stresses. His father, an alcoholic, abandoned the family, remarried, and has not been heard from since. Surya and his sister stayed with their grandmother. She tried several times to put Surya in different hostels, but he kept running away. One time, he ran away and didn't come home either. A few days later, when he did come back to his grandmother, she suggested he try the new hostel his sister had just been recently placed in, which is ours. Consequently, Surya came to new home. The love and attention showered on him by the staff and the other children drastically changed his outlook and attitude. From not knowing a single word of English to speaking very fluent English, Surya, with sheer determination and the spurring on by his teachers and house parents, has come a long way. He's a very talented dancer and is undergoing professional training. The continuous motivation has paid dividends, and today he's doing reasonably well at school. He's also a budding athlete and always comes home with a gold or silver medal. He's also on the school football team, and his teacher has made him the class monitor too. His future is very bright, and his past only a bad dream. So these are just some of the children that we've helped make a difference to. So I'm telling you all this because it's not only important to make a difference in these children, but it's also important to make sure that all your friends know about it, because it is truly an amazing cause. And every single time I go to India, I make sure I visit them. And I'm not a very religious man, but every time I'm there with those kids is the closest I've felt to being with God. So I hope you all take this opportunity. I've given, I think everybody at this point has received a brochure. On the back of it is a little form that you guys can fill out with your name, your email, your phone number. If you guys are interested, we'll get in touch with you on how you can contribute. If you don't have a pen with you right now, make sure you drop your business card right in that box right over there. All right? Thank you very much.